All right, I'm operating the Gatling gun. My goodness, it's just never ending.
A blowout could be catastrophic. We've only got about a mile under our belt.
To think that our parents traveled without TPMS.
It's locally known as the Great Skedaddle.
We are about ready to go down the famous Rainbow Road. There are alligators in South Carolina.
Good morning, everyone. We are on our way to South Carolina. We got an early start because we do have a lot of miles to cover today, a little over 300, which is unusual for us, but we wanted to get there in one day. So here we are on the road. We did have a little problem with our TPMS, our tire pressure monitoring system. One of the tires wasn't reading, and it happened to be the right front tire, which is important to be working correctly because you want to know if you're losing pressure in your front right tire, because a blowout could be catastrophic. And we want to be able to slow down and move over if we see pressure changing extreme, and an extreme change in pressure. So we had to stop and fix that. We pulled over at a rest stop, and Wayne was able to take a look at it. How's it going?
I don't have any idea. We'll see. I'm just troubleshooting everything that I can troubleshoot here. To think that our parents traveled without TPMS. Oh no, what's the world coming to?
And thankfully, he fixed it. Yay!
Bad battery.
Bad battery. So we are on our way, and we will catch you up when we get there. So we just crossed into South Carolina, and I have to say, it is nice. People have been very nice. The roads are nice, but it's now in the 90s. It's hot. No more 70 degrees. So
95 outside?
Yeah, 95. So we are kind of baking here. The sun is shining through our windshield. I did get a text from the campground and giving instructions on how to check in. So kudos to them. That's always a nice thing. And they said we could go directly to our site and gave us a site map. And I'm looking at this site map, and it's kind of interesting because there's a lake at the campground, but there are some rules at the lake. Do you want to know what they are?
Yes. Tell us the rules.
Number one is no swimming. And you know why there's no swimming?
Why is there no swimming?
Because they also have a sign that says, please do not feed the alligators.
Oh no.
So we're going into alligator country.
Can we put our inflatable kayak on there?
I'm not going to put the inflatable kayak on there, I'm sorry. If you want to go, you're on your own.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So we'll see you. We'll check in when we get there.
We have arrived at the Frampton Plantation, which also contains the Low Country Visitors Center. We are in the South Carolina Low Country. They call it Low Country is because we are really sitting below sea level, and it's prone to flooding. Live oak, a southern live oak. Now this was 250 years old. That was in 1990, so we are pushing 300 years old, and what a mighty specimen this thing is. Wow. And proof that there are alligators in South Carolina.
So it's Wayne's birthday today, and my birthday was 3 days ago. So for all these years, we've always had our celebrations pretty much together. And I haven't baked a cake in 5 years since we moved into an RV. And I gave away my cake pans. And so I have one lonely little bundt pan left. And I thought today is the day I'm going to make a cake. So I made a lemon cake, and now I'm going to take it out. And let's just see how it comes out, if I did it right. Yay! It came out. So I'm gonna frost it in a little bit, let it cool and frost it, and then we'll have a birthday celebration. Okay, so the cake is cooled. I'm just gonna put on a glaze. It's just a basic confectioner's sugar and lemon juice. And to make it creamy, you don't have to, but I added cream cheese. Now, I don't use a recipe, but the problem with not using a recipe is that you kind of eyeball it, and then if it's too thin, you put more powdered sugar, and if it's too thin, you put more lemon juice, and then all of a sudden, to get the right consistency, you've got, 2 cups of glaze, which is too much. So hopefully this is the right amount, and we're just going to pour it, and hopefully it's not too thick or too thin. It's a little thin. It shouldn't be pouring that fast. But as I said, I haven't done this in 5 years, so I'll take it. I'm sure it tastes good. And that's it. And we'll wait for it to set, and then we'll enjoy some cake. Birthday cake. No candles. Got rid of those. And we're 20 miles away from a grocery store, so this is what you got.
Mmm. Oh, that is so good.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey everybody. We are taking the afternoon and spending it in Beaufort, South Carolina.
Or Beaufort.
Or Beaufort. I'm not sure. We'll say Beaufort.
A lot of the locals have been saying Beaufort. So.
Okay. It is part of the Low Country in South Carolina. And it's a lesser visited town, I think, although it's historic and in its own right. But we are pretty close to Savannah, Georgia, and Charleston, South Carolina. And we'll be doing those on another day. But today we're kind of staying close to home. We're in a tropical storm watch. Tomorrow we've got the remnants or the rain bands of the Hurricane Helene coming our way, so we kind of wanted to stay a little closer to our campground, which is in Yemassee, South Carolina. So we'll see what we got here.
So we're in Beaufort, South Carolina, and we're about ready to go into the Reconstruction era National Historic Park. It's a nice 1-hour walking tour, about a mile, and they'll show us around the town, and we'll take you along with us.
And we just stumbled across, we always go to NPS properties wherever we go, so I just didn't even know there was one here, so. Well, and I didn't even know there was a Low Country. It's like, we're going to Low Country. Okay, I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know low obviously is elevation.
That the new states wouldn't have slavery. It would have been outlawed based on Lincoln, and therefore they could have been outvoted in the U.S. House of Representatives or in the Senate. And so the Rhett family who lived in this home, they ultimately were the catalyst, the final catalyst to say, nope, we should leave. So,
And what'd you call it? The Great Skedaddle?
yes, it's locally known as the Great Skedaddle. It's not in any books, but that's what the locals call it. You guys know Robert Smalls?
No.
Excellent. That's good. The reason why we also stop here, though, is for Robert Smalls. After her time in the Underground Railroad, when the war broke out, this area was free, and she wanted to do something else, contribute directly to the war. So she actually came down primarily as a nurse.
Well, that was amazing.
That so interesting. No idea.
Yeah, we just finished a good hour and a half tour of historical Beaufort by a national park ranger. We got a private audience with a national park ranger here.
Yeah, it just happened by accident. We were here coming to visit the visitor center and pick up a map and do a self-guided tour, and we just happened upon a visitor center of the Reconstruction era National Historic Park. And we went in, and lo and behold, there was a guided tour, a ranger talk in 10 minutes, and we were the only ones that wanted to take it, so we got a private guided tour with a park ranger. Absolutely fascinating, wonderful information. I had no idea what rich history this town of Beaufort, South Carolina.
Yeah, Beaufort does have a rich history dating all the way back to pre-Revolutionary War. A lot of Revolutionary War history, also, of course, a lot of Civil War history. And a lot of famous people here, acting here, working here, Harriet Tubman. And beyond all of that, it's just a gorgeous, old, charming southern town with tree-lined streets with live oaks draped in Spanish moss. It is really incredible. So we're heading back to camp, and we will talk to you shortly. Yeah, there is a lot more clear water now in the lakes here at Yemassee. 1,000 Trails, the Oaks. We are looking for those alligators. We saw 2 the other day, but after the storm, I'm just wondering where they're off to.
Good morning. We're still in the low country of South Carolina, and we've been here quite a few days, although our plans got a little derailed. We lost 3 or 4 days due to Hurricane Helene.
Yeah, that was a little more than we expected.
More than we expected. If you didn't catch it, we did put a video out on what we went through with that. So we're on our way to Charleston. It's about 60 miles north, and we just are going to wander the city. And
yeah, I like wandering the city.
Yeah, we were going to go on a tour of Fort Sumter and take the ferry over, but you know what, after what we've been through, we're a little tired, and we didn't want to be on a time constraint, so we'll find somewhere nice to eat, we'll see the highlights of the city and enjoy ourselves.
Yes, and take the dash.
And take the dash, yeah, free shuttle throughout the city, throughout downtown Charleston.
We like free.
We like free, yeah. So I'm looking forward to enjoying the day.
Yeah, and we'll see you when we're in the city.
Yes.
We made it to Charleston, and we find ourselves in front of the iconic pineapple fountain.
We've only got about a mile under our belt, and we're already eating and having a drink. So cheers.
We're at the Griffin English Pub here in Old Town Charleston, and it's pretty funky. Lots of dollar bills on the wall. See what happens with the menu. Okay, Valerie, what'd you get?
I got a Philly.
Got the Philly again. Boy, that looks even better.
Yeah, I mean, my first time I ever had a Philly was a couple weeks ago. It was so delicious. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, and I got the fish and chips, so hopefully they're going to be tasty. It is very old world charm.
Yes, looks very southern.
Yeah, very southern in here. Lots of tourists, but lots of people just resting and taking it easy in here as well. Plus, there's some pretty killer architecture here. are about ready to go down the famous Rainbow Row here in Charleston. Rainbow because of all the pastel colors they use. What's that, Valerie?
This one's 1723.
Still using gaslight.
Yeah, let's go back to the car.
My goodness, it's just never ending. These neighborhoods go on forever. Homes in here from the 1700s. Very vibrant, still being fully utilized and people living in them. Here's one here from 1812.
That one's 1770.
That is 1770 over there. Wow, really a storybook little village in here.
We find ourselves on the cross street or the cross section of Atlantic and Church.
All right, I'm operating the Gatling gun. Wow, that thing's heavy.
That wraps up this week's episode. We are still in Yemassee. We'll catch you next week as we venture into Savannah, Georgia. We so appreciate you watching. Thank you. And we appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. We will catch you next time.